Hello, so today what I want to talk about is the middle bag, my Neverfull in the Spring in the City. And this is a bag that I spent a long time researching. I had seen it in store and I decided not to get it because I didn't have enough money at the time. And then later, when I had my baby, I was looking at getting a diaper bag and I decided that the Neverfull would be perfect because I love the little Speedy that I have, and the Speedy is so cute. I got that in Okinawa and it's just so cute. It makes me really happy to wear it. Love the pastel colors. That one's so summery. So I thought, well, this one will be perfect because while I was pregnant, I was wearing a lot of like stretchy dresses and pastel colors and just cute in a different colorway. And I was hoping it would be kind of versatile to wear with a lot of different styles. So I spent a lot of time researching because I saw it secondhand on sites like The Real, and I heard later that not all the bags on there are necessarily properly authenticated and that there might be some fakes. At the time, I didn't think there were any fakes of these Spring in the City ombre prints. And so I felt pretty comfortable after doing a ton of research and looking at things like the pattern placement. I was super happy to get it. And one other thing that I wanted to talk about was there's a lot of people that will say, oh, Japanese sellers are so trustworthy. Like, this was a seller on eBay based in Japan. So you've got eBay, who doesn't allow fakes, at least according to their terms of service. You've got a Japanese seller, which people will say is more trustworthy. But ultimately, I think I might have gotten ripped off. It's still a really, really durable bag, but I think it might be a fake. When I first got it, I couldn't tell. And I don't know why I didn't think at first to compare the canvas on the two bags. But what I was doing was looking at like the matching of the print placement on the sides. You can see it looks really good, but I'm worried that it might be just a little bit off. It also didn't come with a dust bag, which I thought was really weird. I got a Gucci bag years ago and they asked me if I wanted to lose the box, and I said sure. And so I've omitted boxes on my own before, but they'll still give you the dust bag even if you don't want a box. So I was really confused why it didn't come with the dust bag. At the time, I couldn't see anything wrong with it. Now, I think it may have been just a really high quality fake because you can see it doesn't match up perfectly at the side. I've heard that there's some issues with the quality control from various designer brands, so maybe it's authentic, maybe it's not, but that was really frustrating because I don't want to support art theft. And I've heard that a lot of these replica makers, they give money to terrorist organizations, so I would never want to support anything unethical like IP theft or organized crime. And so I spent a ton of time researching it, and I thought surely I had found a good one secondhand, and it was from a Japanese seller with very, very high reviews on eBay. And at the time I couldn't find anything wrong with it, but like I said, now I'm a little bit more skeptical. I think it might be a very, very high quality replica, and that's really upsetting. You see how I put the organizers in it? It came with this little pouchette, but it didn't come with the dust bag, and that to me was a big red flag. I have it organized with these little Squishmallow organizer and then the Louis Vuitton organizer. You can see how big and spacious it is. I got my hand cream, little lozenges, Louis Vuitton wallet. Just how big this bag is. So it's a very nice bag. I wasn't sure about the piping on the side, but I've heard that even that's not really a good way to tell authentic bags because sometimes the authentic bags are having quality control issues. But regardless, I've had this bag for about a year at this point. I've been kicking it around a while, and it's held up really well. Hopefully it's authentic. I just am really upset by the ethics of supporting replicas. It's very, very problematic, not just legally, but also ethically. Like, if you want to support good art, good designs, then you should go out and buy those. And I fully recognize that it's not always feasible to buy the bags firsthand, and that plenty of people might be selling authentic bags on Fashion File or the Real, but there also might be unethical people who are trying to sell the $400 fake marked up to $1,400, or I don't remember what I paid for this one, but it was a pretty good discount off if you had bought it for full retail. And I would have sent it back, but at least at the time I couldn't really find what was wrong with it. And even with stitching, so this one I got at the store, and you know that it's authentic. You can see the stitching is pretty good. And you can see the hallmarks. And this one came with the little lock, which I think is awesome. So I really love the Speedy. I think it's a great bag, but I was just wanting something a little bigger. The other thing that frustrates me about the Neverfull is the lack of a zipper at the top. It's got this little closure, but there was one time over the past year where I was going through airport security and all my stuff fell out of my bag. And that was very, very frustrating and embarrassing and stressful. So I was really excited to get the Neverfull to use as a diaper bag because I had my new baby. I was really excited to get this Neverfull. But now I'm not sure that I would recommend it as a diaper bag because it's really convenient to have a bag with a shoulder strap. And you can fit, like in this bag, you could fit your swaddles, diapers, wipes. You can fit basically everything, but it gets really heavy with just the shoulder strap. Versus the Speedy, you got the shoulder strap, you put it on, it's so comfy. But with the Neverfull, it's a little bit uncomfortable when you start loading it up. So that's why, like earlier, I had a Gatorade and I didn't carry it around all day. It would have been very, very heavy. I did put this cute chain on it. This I got in person, so I know that it's authentic. I thought it was so cute with this bag. So that was my experience, and I wanted to talk about it just so that you don't automatically believe everything that you see on sites that claim that they have authentic goods only. Just be careful. And then here's the side by side. You can see the grain is potentially a little bit different size. Maybe it's the same. I kind of psyched myself out when I first got this bag. I was really, really upset and just kind of nitpicking because at first I was thinking about returning it, but it's so hard to return things overseas that absent any really clear indicators of it being fake, that was why I didn't send it back. I did leave a review saying the concerns that I had and that I couldn't 100% say if it was authentic. If it's a replica, it's very well made. I appreciate the durability, but I think in the future I'm going to be more careful when buying from sites like The Real. Might look more to sites like Fashion File. I had read that their authenticators were a little better, but even then, it's still intimidating to buy goods online where you can't see them in person. You can see how hard I am on my bags. You can see how hard I am on my bags, that I was honestly hoping to get it secondhand just because I am so hard on the bag. But this one wore really well and I still love it. And I've carried this a lot in the summer. And even though I've had like hand cream or sunscreen or whatever, it's just held up beautifully. This other one doesn't really have too much exposed leather, so it's hard to judge it on that. You've got where these little closures are and then around the zips. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any more photos. I just really wanted to talk about that experience in case you're like me and you are doing a lot of research before buying things secondhand. That just know that it may not be too good to be true, and even if you don't find any replicas at the time, it doesn't mean it's authentic. At the time I thought, oh, this pattern is so new. It's within a season or two. I don't think it's been replicated. And then now it turns out I had seen the fake bags, so this easily could be fake, and that was really upsetting. But let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.